This is our lessons learned presentation from Wolfville Madness by Max, Ethan, Ty, and Malachi.
So some of our key learning moments was finding availability. We had a lot of struggles trying to find times to book a turf, a gym. Also choosing a date to host our event that we could all commit to was much more difficult than we anticipated because we all had different schedules. We learned that we didn't want to take a risk with our business, so we changed our business to have the lowest upfront cost possible. And so those were the two moments that really pivoted our understanding and approach to the project.
Entrepreneurial effort. Our original idea was to have a football camp on the Acadia field, but the weather wasn't going to be warm enough to have it on the field. We then started to call some indoor fields in the area to get dates and prices of the field. But we were unsure if our camp was going to be successful enough to pay for the field, so we shifted to a tournament to lower the costs. Here's an example of some of our efforts as we were emailing back and forth with Acadia to try and book the gym to have our basketball tournament.
Lessons learned. There are many different lessons that we learned throughout our project, whether that be the time management. I felt like we managed our time well considering all the different things that were going on in the second semester, whether that be football or all the other curricular activities that we were doing. I felt like we kind of left the project up to the last minute and we could have managed our time better, whether that was reaching out to people earlier or even figuring out a field and place that we could book. Copyright. We were not aware that the NCAA owns a trademark for the phrase March Madness. We could have been more creative and thought outside the box to come up with a different name and as well do a little bit more research and dive into that topic a little bit more. Resources. There were many different resources that we had throughout this process, whether that was emailing school faculty or finding a different place to host our event. We could have used the resource a little bit more to our advantage. And with the huge opportunity that we had, I felt like we could have used the resources to kind of spread the word out a little bit more for our final project.
So for our recommendations for future students, our first recommendation was to start as early as possible. When we were doing our project, we realized halfway through that we probably didn't start our planning as early as we should have, which therefore led to us being late in some of our planning and booking, like in terms of court times and gym time. Our second one was think about your target audience. So we originally had planned to target a younger audience, being elementary school, junior high kids. After a bit of discussion, we realized that they were, unable to maybe receive some of the advertisements or be able to do our project capably by themselves. So we shifted our focus and we went for a more older audience, so like high school, maybe like university level kids. And our last one was balancing out your time. So yeah, like a big thing for us is that we didn't balance out our time as well as we should have. We all kind of run different schedules and just ended up not really working out in the end.